Welcome one and all. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. I want to walk you through what it looks like to do a commission with Dorkness Inc. So let's get started. So we do commissions a little bit differently, but not a lot differently, just a little. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the Buy Me a Coffee page and look at the commissions form. It's going to show you our commission paperwork. I'm going to walk you through what all this means. So I know form sounds like it's a lot of work, but it's really not, I promise. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to answer just a couple of simple questions. Give us an idea of what it is we can do for you today to make your dreams come true. Now we offer two services. We can print things for you with a 3D printer, and we can paint things for you with our talent. So we're going to make up some answers. We're going to say, are we printing this for you? Why, yes you are. Now what's this second line? What's this TTS? Well, we got some definitions for you down at the bottom. Spoiler alert, TTS is tabletop standard. That means that it is, well, I'll show you the guidelines here in just a minute. The TT Plus is your Tabletop Standard Plus, medium, high, and special for all those projects that don't fit neatly into one of these other categories. Varnish. Do you want us to varnish this thing for you so it's sealed and safe? Are we doing basing? Are we doing no basing? Are we doing advanced basing? Is this urgent? If it is, when do you need it? And then just give me an idea of what you're getting into. What is it you want? What is it you want to do? Now at the bottom of the form, you will find this nice handy little glossary. It's going to explain some stuff to you so that if you do have any questions, you can find out. Alright, so what are we working on? Do you want us to get ahead and get you a kill team put together, a strike force, a unit? Are we doing one hero? Is it going to be a big old monster or vehicle? Is there something that you want specific? Is it an army? We're going to put all that in that question where it says, what are we doing for you? Are we going to print this for you? We're going to break down how much we're going to cost to print it. What's it going to cost you for us to be able to do that for you? What are we going to use? What kind of resin do we use? What do we print it on? All that's right here for you. Maybe you're one of the many people in this hobby who figured out, join a Patreon, man. Go get yourself a great deal on some STLs. And then if you don't have the time, the money, the space, or the will to go in and print them yourself, send them to us. We'll print them out for you. We'll get them all put together for you, get them shipped right out to you. It'll be a good time. Not sure what to print or what kind of creator might be able to find exactly what you're looking for? We can help you with that too. And don't you worry, ain't nobody sponsoring us for nothing. So if I tell you something, you know it's the truth. If that should ever change and we are sponsored by somebody, we'll make that perfectly clear right up front. I promise you that. Do you have some technical questions? What machine are we running? What kind of resin are we using? Currently we're using the ABS Light by Sunlu. We have tested a lot of different resins and this has become our favorite, especially for miniatures. But if your project needs something different, then we will work that out for you. Alright, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of the painting part of this. So what does tabletop standard mean? It's a pretty universal language, and what it means is you're going to get a base layer and a shade with your vital details. The tournament standard for most places is 3 colors, so we'll try to ensure you have that covered unless you specifically don't want it. Depending on the colors and the situation, we'll either use a contrast style paint to get you the most effect for your money, or classic techniques depending on what your end goal is. Tabletop standard is just that, the standard that you're going to find at most tabletops. It is a solid way to do business, and it is the cheapest option. We also have Tabletop Standard Plus, TTS Plus. This is all of the above, but we're going to add in some extra highlight. We're going to put some more focus on some vital details and a more comprehensive range of color combinations. At this level, we're going to do our best to get your models looking good from the standard eye distance, looking at them from the tabletop, and still being able to hold up upon closer inspections. We move into our medium category. Now this is where we start to make your stuff come to life. Now this includes many shades, many highlights, and lots of things to help your models stand out. For armies, you might want to do this for a sergeant. If you're doing single models or short units, you might want to do this for all of them. But this will be our area where we're going to utilize some of our techniques to make sure that your vision comes to life. Now what about high? Now high, this is the level where we're going to make something unique for you. Now this level we're going to have to use if you've got a vision that's very, very specific, or if you've got a particularly challenging model or vision. This level is going to be there so that we can put some high-end stuff together for you. Special is just kind of our catch-all, or if the thing that you are requesting is really unique and kind of difficult for us to categorize, so we'll handle those as they come through. Now varnish, that is a spray coat sealer. Now this is going to be a necessity if what you're asking us to do is made of metal, because it'll protect it from chipping. But if it's not made of metal, it's absolutely optional. Most models come with or are designed to stand on some kind of base. These are going to differ wildly from different companies and different games, but if you don't want us to do a base at all, you don't have to do that. If you want us to get a basic base, just some colors down on some plastic, we can do that for you. Depending on what the base is, we may even be able to throw in some flock or a tuff for you, make it look nice. And we have advanced. This is where we're going to put something unique on your base. We can build it up, we can build it out, whatever it is that you got going on. We'll make sure that it gets you a thematic scheme to help tie all your army together. Now, Dorkness Inc., how are we going to get these things to you? Now, I knew that you were going to ask that, so let me tell you how we're going to do that. We are going to go ahead and get you some packing foam, the Pluck and Pick packing foam. We're going to put it in a box, and we're going to put it into the USPS unless you request something more. USPS is probably going to be the cheapest route. That's why it's kind of our default. The foam will keep it safe, and the box will keep the foam tight. It'll be good stuff. If your order will cost a total or a value of more than $100, we are going to make insurance mandatory. The USPS covers about $100 worth of insurance as part of the base level services. We'll do our best to make sure that you get a tracking number. Now, what about the bill? Now, we're going to do our best to give you an estimate, a cost breakdown to the best of our ability based on the model that you have sent us or you have requested, the services and outlines that you have given us. We will get you an itemized bill put together so you can kind of see what that's going to look like. There are a few caveats. Now, for reasonable requests, we will accept refunds in good faith as long as you let us know that you would like a refund within 15 days of having received said miniature and you ship it back to us. We will absolutely get that squared away for you. If you need something, you will let us know. If you have any questions about repackaging and whatnot, we do reserve the right to deny a refund request under situations that may come up. If you have requested that we get models from a third party that is not printed in-house, you will be responsible to provide us funds to purchase said models prior to our services being rendered. That money is non-refundable, though if something were to go awry, we would absolutely do everything in our power to get the models that were purchased to you so that you are not out that. We'll have a separate bill for your actual services with us, in addition to the services for us acquiring that model or models for you. Now that we got all that not as much fun stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what happens once we do get this going. So for this commission, we asked one of our employees to put us together a commission request. They requested a Puppets War Samurai. It had the STL for it, so they sent it over to us. That's what you're looking at. And what we'll do at that point is we'll load it into our slicer, take a look and get an idea of how much resin it's going to cost and how many hours it's going to take. And on your estimate, we'll make sure you have both of those information so you know why we're charging you what we're charging you. We will also outline the cost for processing. This includes washing and curing any of the models and running the machines to do those things. Now, should you just want us to print These guys are usually pretty good about IP, so this is Puppets Wars, and theirs are always really super easy to do. And lastly, kick them for a second. Okay. So the way that they supported this base on the underside, if you see, there's lots of little divots where the supports were heavy in there. So this isn't going to fly. I'm not okay with this. So I'll have to sand this down before it'll be ready to go. It'll still get cured because right now it's real soft and I don't want to end up leaving prints all over it. But because of that, we will have to sand it, which is just another part of this process. So when we're printing your stuff, you know, we're cleaning it, but we're also processing it to make sure that the stuff you actually get is of a high quality and well made. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. It for you and ship it to you. That is absolutely an option. We can do that for you. I will happily package this up, send it wherever it is that you may happen to be, and we will wish you well on your travels. If you'd like, we can also put it together for you. We'll be using usually either Gorilla Glue or standard industry glue to seal it. Take a look, that's what we got right here for you. If you are going to be utilizing our paint services, it is optional whether or not you want the pictures of the process as it goes. We'll be happy to provide them for you, or we'll be happy not to, whatever suits you. This model was requested at the tabletop standard here. That's what we're showing you right now. Now, in order to maintain the tabletop standard, we agreed upon not doing the flag detail for them for this particular model. But if you look here, just so we can kind of show you the difference, we did decide to take this model from where it was all the way up to our medium, high level, depending. We ended up putting it in the high level for some extra details in the flag and a few extra bits and bobs throughout as far as pops of color go. I think overall we were really happy with how this came out, so we wanted to make sure that we could show you what a couple of different options might look like for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us all over the place. Dorkness Inc, and you have a great day.